Hey everyone, NoModMaster here. Welcome to settlement building tip number 4, quarter floors. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys a few tips when it comes to building with quarter floors. And one of the things that quarter floors is very useful for is walls. So when you're building a room that's 1.5 wall segments wide, you're going to have this half wall gap. And when it comes to elevators, this is actually a very useful tip, because if you refer to my settlement building tip number 1, you can actually use half walls to fill those gaps. That does not work on elevators. It acts like that little piece of metal there is invisible. And you're going to want to basically build quarter floors along the outside of that wall, and then that's where you can fix this gap problem. So you're always going to use quarter floors because depending on what kind of building you're making and what kind of architecture you're using, quarter floors seem to work a lot better. And if you're using the bigger floors, you can end up running into things. So I just prefer the quarter floors for this, but you can use bigger floors. So once you place that half wall piece in there, you can then delete these quarter floors, and that pretty much solves the gap problem. So that is one of the best solutions when it comes to rooms that are not perfectly square. So I'm going to take you guys up now to the 3rd floor, and I'm going to show you guys how you can make balconies and which doors and walls work best for balconies. And obviously you guys can build balconies however big you want, but I'm going to show you guys the smallest version of a balcony that I build, which is 2 quarter floors wide. So there's 2 types of door frames that I think you can use for building balconies, but the problem is with the wooden one is that when you put your quarter floor on it, it puts it right in the middle, and the wooden one sticks out, it's thicker, so it kind of throws off the symmetry of your building. So I prefer to use the brick doorways, and what you're going to do for that is you're going to want to connect flooring next to it and then bring them over, because if you try to connect flooring directly to the doorway, it will not let you, so you got to kind of cheat a little bit. And then this is about as small as I make my balconies, is 2 segments. And you just put some fencing, and there you go, you have a balcony. You guys can also continue building more balconies above this one, and then the one you build above it will act as a roof for this one, which is pretty cool. And then there's one more thing I'm going to show you guys that you can use quarter floors for, and that's actually displays. You can use the same technique to also cover things up. Like I showed you in building tip number 3, you can use the checkered red and gray floor pieces to put on top of the elevator, but you're going to want to cover it up with probably floor pieces, and this is a good way to do that. This is a very simple technique that a lot of people have probably figured out on their own, but for those who have not, this is what you're going to want to do. Attach identical items to the item you're trying to stack a piece on. Then stack the piece on top. Then you can repeat this process a few times if you choose, or you can just do it once. I'll show you guys how you can do it at least 3 times in one area. So there's the 3rd one, and then you're going to build those, and then afterwards you will then delete all the extra pieces except for the 3 that are in the middle. And then once you do that, you are done. There it is. And that pretty much concludes my video for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.